Hi guys, okay, this was not supposed to happen. So according to Trump and people around the US president, the idea behind the tariffs was to punish countries who have an advantage over the US when it comes to trade. Now, no real country has an advantage, but that's how Trump views it. So the plan was to punish opponents and avoid friends. Well, it seems now that script has been dumped, as the president told reporters when he appeared on Air Force One, literal hours before the tariffs came into force. Have a listen to this.
On the tariffs that you're planning, so you're expecting to hit something like 10 to 15 countries, is that right?
No.
All of the countries? Is it across the board?
Not 10. I don't know who told you 10 or 15 countries.
We heard that. So we heard that you were going to aim for the 10%.
But you didn't hear it from me.
Okay, so how many countries will be in that initial tranche?
You'd start with all countries, so let's see what happens. There are many countries.
On the Russian...
I haven't heard a rumor about 15 countries, 10 or 15.
So you're starting with all countries?
Well, essentially, all of the countries that we're talking about. Wouldn't be talking about all countries. It's not a cutoff. And if you look at the history and you look at what's happened to us, you go to certain places, go to Asia, and you take a look at every single country in Asia, what they've done to the United States in trade. And by the way, in military in a certain way. You look at, take a look at trade with Asia, and I wouldn't say anybody is treated as fairly or nicely, but we are going to treat them, we're going to be much more generous to them in terms of heart. We're going to be much more generous than they were to us.
You said that.
Okay, does anyone actually know what he's talking about here? Because he starts off by saying, well, we're not going to tariff just a small number of countries, we're going to tariff every country. So is he talking about imposing tariffs on every country in the world, everyone that's exporting into the US? Because the initial idea behind the tariffs was to punish Canada, to punish Mexico, punish those countries because he didn't like what they were doing, punish the European Union because he believes the European Union was set up to punish the US, which doesn't make any sense. Punish Asia, punish China in particular. So we initially thought the tariffs were designed just to punish a certain number of countries, opponents of the US when it comes to trade. But in reality, it seems, he wants to punish everyone and then perhaps go country by country deciding, okay, we might remove the tariffs imposed on imports from you if you come with a begging bowl. I think this is what he's probably trying to do. Now, this is going to be even more damaging to the US economy because the initial thought, and perhaps many businesses in the US thought, well, look, if we're importing stuff from the European Union, he's going to impose tariffs there. At least we can go to other countries to import goods from there and avoid those tariffs. But it seems that he's going to start off first by imposing tariffs on everyone and then go country by country. Once again, this is going to be extremely damaging for the US. This is going to probably bring about something like the Great Recession, the one back in 2007, 2008. This is going to result in thousands of jobs being lost, massive amounts of inflation at a time when many people are struggling to make ends meet. And I think it's going to drive a wedge between the US and its allies. You're going to usher more people into the arms of China and the European Union, because they're going to say we can't do business with Donald Trump. And even, once again, it creates a massive amount of uncertainty because even if he doesn't go through with these tariffs, he's already done the damage.